Hey guys, Crystal and Shadow here, back with Steven Universe, and this time it's 3 gems and a baby.
So I was half right. Stephen didn't turn into a baby, but it was a flashback of him as a baby. But this helps solidify the timeline even more, because look at Amethyst, right? So in previous flashbacks when Rose was around and they were dating, she was still with the short-haired little cute Amethyst.
Yeah, all 3 of them were different back then.
Now, Amethyst isn't the same as she was in Season 1, but she is different to the flashbacks, which means she's reformed between Stephen being born and between them
whereas
dating.
Pearl and Garnet look like Season 1.
But that means Amethyst had to reform once more, which is fine, she reforms all the time.
Remember, I mentioned in the extended opening, Amethyst wore the long sleeves.
Okay, I don't know what the long sleeves are.
This, right here.
Wait, you mean the flashback Amethyst?
This, right here, she was wearing long sleeves instead of a tank top.
You mean in the flashback in this episode?
Yes, she also wore that outfit in the extended opening, which is when they were building the house when Stephen was around 5.
Which means Amethyst went 5 years without reforming.
Yes, I think, everyone says Stephen was about 5-ish when they were building the house in the extended opening.
Wow, that's got to be a record, because she's reformed like once a season. So, again, they say... Yeah, they also fudge it up and say, oh, we haven't had snow in a while, but...
I know, but in winter forecast, we had a huge blizzard.
And which means this episode has been a year since.
Oh, yeah, true.
Because last episode was Thanksgiving. This episode is obviously now snow, so we're getting close. So, yeah. Hang on. When was the winter episode? Was that like Season 2?
1.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
Yeah.
Which means it's been at Season 2 and 3 have all taken place in a year, including Stephen's 14th birthday.
Yeah.
So there you go. That solidifies your timeline right there.
Yeah. Another thing about the timeline is that we saw a photo of Vidalia with a young sour cream and Yellowtail. No baby Onion yet.
No, because Onion's a little bit younger.
Yeah. But now we know that in the flashback, Stephen's a few months old, and Vidalia has gotten with Yellowtail, but hasn't had Onion yet.
Yeah. I mean, we had a flashback with her in that other episode.
Yeah.
But I suppose we had to have our once-a-season flashback.
It was alright. Baby Stephen was cute, though. He was alright.
You're forgetting the most important part.
Amethyst was a toilet.
When the hell was Amethyst a toilet?
Well, less than Stephen's age in the flashback, because she says, it's been months. That's longer than I was a toilet.
What does that even mean? I love non-sequitur humor.
I don't know, she just says stuff. And another little reference I like is when Garnet gave Stephen her present, she says, it's just a box made to look like it's been carefully wrapped.
Oh, yeah,
which is what Connie did on Stephen's birthday.
Yeah.
She said, you don't untie the ribbon, you just open the box.
But yeah, as always, in previous episodes, I've always been complimenting the animation, and it only just now did I notice in the credits this show is done by Rough Draft Studios, so shout out to Claudia Katz if she was still running Rough Draft Studios when this happened.
Well, they have like 2 different animation teams, and people tend to notice the difference. So the 2 teams like alternate between episodes, and then when they have a double like Gem Harvest, people are like, oh, well, they're drawn differently in the first half and the second half because
it's billed as a double episode, I'm guessing.
Yeah, and the 2 teams take one half.
I'll have to look if that's another double animation, if it's a different animation studio or just a separate team in Rough Draft.
I don't know.
I'll have to look it up myself.
I don't know if they have 2 studios or if it's just 2 teams. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I'll have to look it up and see if I recognize any of the names. But anyway...
It had its funny moments.
Yeah, it was an enjoyable flashback. Yeah. I'd say it was better than the one with sour cream, but it's not as good as some of the other flashbacks.
Yeah.
Oh well, we're still waiting. But hang on. So we had one with sour cream as baby. We had one where she's with what's his name, which means next flashback we're getting baby Onion.
I wish.
Oh, Onion wasn't a baby. Onion just exists.
Yeah, Onion is a gem.
I told you, Onion's white diamond.
We'll find out eventually what Onion is.
Will we?
No, it's just Onion.
I thought so. And
The funniest
I
part...
know Onion's not white diamond. I'm pretty sure I saw a clip on, not a clip, but like a thumbnail. It's like, yeah, that's probably white diamond. Again, I didn't linger on it, but thumbnails pop up.
Yeah. No, the best part about Onion is that, to add to its mystery, is that in future, he doesn't look 2 years older. He looks the same as always.
Like I said, Onion doesn't age. He just exists.
Hey, maybe he's got some sort of short condition.
Anyway.
Why are we talking about Onion? He's not even in this episode.
Ruby and Sapphire got to be in it for 3 seconds, but they didn't want to pay the voice actors.
Yeah.
But...
Because imagine how weird that would be from baby Steven's perspective. Suddenly his friend Garnet disappears and there's
I can't remember what that word is. There's a word to refer to that with babies, because babies, I can't remember, there's a specific word to refer to something they lack in their perception where, they can't perceive somebody not being there. They're either there or not there.
Okay.
If you walk out the room right now, I know, oh, you're out the room. I don't think, oh shit, you've vanished out of the universe. But that's kind of what babies do.
Sometimes dogs do that. You go
exactly.
They think
that's kind of what babies do as well. So much to the point where if you just turn the baby around or cover your face, they get confused.
Oh yeah, that's why they love peekaboo so much.
Because
they think, oh my god, you've disappeared. There you are.
Yeah, so that's of course what. So yeah, of course. He would freak out with Amethyst Garnet doing that.
Yeah, he's like, she's gone! Where'd she go?
Yeah.
And he cried.
But anyway, enough about babies in animation studios. I'll give it a nice 7.
Yeah, I'll go 7.
It's a good flashback, not the best flashback.
Speaking
some nice
of
moments.
baby, I loved that they added the detail that the gem looked big on him.
Yeah, gems don't change.
Because it doesn't grow.
Yeah.
Obviously. It's like eyeballs. They don't grow, which is why kids look like they have big eyes.
I'm very wrong. This is the first time they've referred to Stephen as... They've referred to the process of Stephen's existence as a fusion.
Oh, yeah, because they were still trying to figure it out. They each had their own theory. Pearl thought Rose was just poofed and she couldn't reform because her gem was stuck inside the baby. Amethyst thought Rose had just shapeshift, and Garnet thought Stephen was a fusion between Rose and someone else.
My idea is it's kind of like a unintentional permafusion where the only idea I can get, and I don't what is basically, okay, Rose and Greg did it, but rather than traditional means, basically Rose did some kind of weird permafusion and fused with a living being. Not Greg, but, well, the rest of it.
Something that came from him.
And that's how it happened. Don't ask how Stephen grew up. No, because we know in a flashback that it acted like she was pregnant.
Yeah, exactly. She must have somehow just shape-shifted herself a reproductive system. Like, in order for the gems to eat, most people agree that they shapeshift themselves a digestive system.
But then that doesn't answer the question of why is it that she has to not exist in order for Stephen? Like, I could understand, what if she just gave birth to a non-gem Stephen? But...
I don't know. I mean, from what we can tell, Stephen, the gem is a part of him now, and she had to give it to him to keep him alive. Like, Rose almost pulled the gem out of him, and we don't at this point know what would have happened if she pulled the gem out. Most people agree Stephen would have died.
Well, okay, the thing is, though, you've got to remember that they don't have true physical forms. They're almost the equivalent of a hologram.
Yeah.
Their DNA, if you can call it that, exists in the gem. And in order for Stephen to exist, he needs DNA from both sides.
Yeah.
Which is probably why he needs the gem, but it just, like I said, my theory made sense until I remembered, wait, no, because at one point she was shown to be pregnant when they had that video camera.
Yeah. One comparison some people make is, remember in Mirror Gem, Stephen pulls Lapis's gem out the back of the mirror, and then the mirror breaks and shatters. Stephen is like the mirror, and the gem is stuck in the mirror. So if people say, if you were to pull the gem out of Stephen, he would essentially die, like how the mirror broke.
Yeah, but you can't pull a gem off a pure gem. Because that's not their body, they'll just poof.
Yeah, exactly. If you were to pull the gem off of a gem, they poof.
Yeah, and you just wait, and then Pearl will just reform herself.
Yeah, I think we've seen... Actually, yeah, I think that's... When Peridot was trying to poof that gem, she
was trying to rip it off the...
Yeah, she tried to rip the gem off, which would have poofed it.
Anyway, we've talked about the animation, we talked about babies, and we talked about how the hell does Rose do it. Anyway, what's the name of the next episode?
Stephen's Dream.
Okay.
Well, we've seen how interesting his dreams can get.
My theory is this will go further into Stephen's Oedipus complex. Only because I peeked at the last names of the season, and we know that it's beginning an arc, so now I'm like, I think I know where the arc might tie into. Or I could be completely wrong. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't particularly like the next one, but I like what it leads to.
We say that a lot.
It's just...
We say that a lot in these shows.
It's just, it takes a few episodes to get to the good part of the arc. They gotta sort of lead into whatever.
Anyway, should we stop rambling? Anyway, we'll see you next time for more Steven Universe and other things as well.
See you next time, guys.
See you next time.